Joining me back here on the Rich Eisen Show is none other than one of the all-time greats himself, Charles Barkley. How you been, Charles?
Man, I'm great, man. Got no complaints. How's everything on your end?
Awesome. Better for talking with you, to be quite honest.
Well, yeah, this is the fun time of the year. I can't wait for tomorrow to get started.
Yeah, exactly. We played a couple of minutes ago your open plea. You're staring into the camera to Kobe to come join you in Atlanta. Did you hear from Kobe after that?
I haven't heard from Kobe. You know, it's funny. We met with Kobe. He'd be a great addition to our team.
Sure.
He's got to find something to do. When you retire at a young age, which happens to every player, you can have all the money you want, but, man, 24 hours a day with nothing to do can be daunting. That's why a lot of jocks get in trouble when they retire. They don't have any hobbies. I've never seen Kobe on a golf course. I've never seen him because I love to fish. I've never been fishing with him. But you can only do so many carpools, man. He'd be a great addition to our team.
Do you think he'd want to go into the paparazzi? You think he'd want? I know he's done that a little bit, but do you think he would do it for full?
I don't know. He's a unique guy. He's a very quiet guy. I don't think anybody knows him well, but we would love to have him. I mean, we would love to have him. He's obviously one of the greatest players to ever play. I think he got a better personality than he lets on, to be honest with you. People got to see it a little bit this year, but that's a totally different animal when you're going on that little retirement tour.
Yeah, sure.
I've been around him. He's always been nice and always been cordial, but I can't say I know him at all.
And in turn, Charles, one of the neat things that I saw this whole thing is it looks like he and Shaq are on better footing over the last couple of years, that the two of them seem to have gotten together better. And that was a nice moment that they seemed to share with Shaq sitting there on the sidelines, courtside.
Well, I think they both have grown. I think they realized they both made a stupid mistake, to be honest with you, because, you dream of playing with somebody who's that good on both ends. I'd kill to play with a guy as great as Kobe. I'd kill to play with a guy as great as Shaq. And if those guys could have stayed together, we probably would be rewriting the record books, to be honest. Because we've never had two players that good together. I think Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain played together for a small period of time, but I think they were both, older. But to have two young guys that great, we would have to rewrite the record books if they hadn't been able to get along.
Right. Charles Barkley joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. And what'd you make of the 60-point, 50-shot night from him to say goodbye, Charles?
Hey, man, he's earned the right to go out, getting up 50. I can tell you right now, I know that he's still there. He's probably been sleeping since the game ended. Man, it takes I always tell people, you never realize how hard basketball is until you get older. Because it's like the easiest game in the world from 25 to like 32, 33. Well, when I say 25, that's when you start really, you got all your physical, you probably gain the weight you need to gain. You're not skinny anymore. You're muscular, and then your mental capacity. So from 25 to 32, you're like Superman. Then after that point, you still got a year so you can play well. But after that, man, it's just like hard work. You're like, damn, that group. I always tell people, you never realize how high a rim is. So you get like 35, 36, and you try to dunk. And it's kind of like you have to be going downwind. You have to get all your steps together. Trying to dunk when you get older was always like, we used to laugh, man. It was hilarious.
And I remember that your farewell season, you were out for 4 months with an injury, and it was good that you were able to get back for one final game. And so sometimes you can't script the way that you can go out. This may be the greatest way that anybody's goes out in sports, Charles.
I don't know about that. He had one good game. But let's be real. He hasn't played in 2 years, and the Lakers were awful. He had an amazing game. I don't take anything away from him to score 60 points, but let's be realistic. It's been awful the last 3 years. He missed the last 2 years, and this year the Lakers were awful. But for that one game, it was a great way. We all want to go out having a great game, but we got to keep it in perspective. The Lakers stink. He had an awful year. The team. So we can't go overboard because he had one amazing game, and it was amazing. But let's be realistic. The Lakers stink, man. They're awful. And, I was talking to a reporter from L.A. the other day, and Shaq talked about it. We talked about it on the show last week. Like, it's such a relief when it's over because there's nothing like being a great player and you can't play anymore. And it's just such a relief when it's finally over because it's humiliating. That's one reason I never worry about people who don't play sports opinion because, like, I'll give you an example. Like, only somebody who's been in sports can understand what Jordan Spieth was going through. Mm-hmm. Like, you got all these idiots. One of the reasons I never do social media, you see all these, I'm never going to do social media, I might add. Every loser in the world gets to voice their opinion about you. And that kid's a stud, Jordan Spieth. But there's nothing you can do when you're out there and millions of people watching, there's big crowds. And the point I'm trying to make is, like, I know Kobe was so relieved when the season was over because it sucks being a normal player, especially when you've been great. It really sucks. I was so relieved when it was over. Shaq said the same thing. It's such a relief when it's over because you don't have to humiliate yourself anymore.
Well, I refused to use the word choke on this show the other day in reference to Spieth, and I know you're not on Twitter. I got an earful on Twitter saying, "Hey, why don't you just call it what it is?" I just won't use the word choke. I don't think that's the right word to use. These things happen.
It's easy for these Monday morning quarterbacks. One reason, TNT has talked to me for years. Like, because I feel these Monday morning quarterbacks, they always got an opinion. You know why, Rich? Because they don't have the balls to play on Sunday. So it's easy to take shots at celebrities and famous people because you don't have the stones to play. That's why I call them. I call them Monday morning quarterback. If they don't have the stones to play on Sunday. And listen, you give a regular guy, the guy hit a couple bad shots. He came back with a couple birdies.
He did. But
only somebody who's actually been in the game can understand what it's like to lose a big game or something like that. So that's one reason, and I don't feel the need to talk to these fools on social media. You're too big to be talking to these idiots anyway, man. Why you go back and forth with these fools?
No, I don't go back and forth with them. I don't respond to it. I mean, I see it.
Okay.
I don't respond.
That's the way to,
no.
Because like I say, I've had company offer me millions of dollars to do Snapchat. I think that's what they call it.
Yes, they do.
Instagram and Twitter. I said, I got enough money. I don't feel the need because what has happened is we've given all these losers a place to voice their opinion because their lives suck. They feel like it's good to take shots at celebrities and jocks. And that's the one cool thing about my life. I'm never going to go to the internet and I'm never going to do any social media because I don't want to talk to these fools.
But I've seen you out and about, though. You're one of the most approachable people I've ever seen in your position.
The fans are great. I mean, the fans, when you meet them, right. I'm talking about the internet, the loser bunch, I call them. And fans are great. Like, every now and then, if somebody will say something rude to me, and I'm used to that by now, dude. I've been doing this over 30 years, so I don't overreact to somebody call me and say something bad to me. But I'm talking about the internet to me is where losers go to feel important. Those aren't real fans. Those aren't real fans on the internet. Real fans come to games, cheer, boo, and I don't even mind fans booing. But these losers on the internet, because Ernie and Kenny do that stuff. If you don't like Ernie Johnson, there's something wrong with you.
That's true.
Because Ernie does that.
No, Ernie does not get. Ernie gets trolled.
You know the really weird thing about our jobs?
Sure.
People actually think we care who wins.
Oh, that's true. Right.
I never care who wins. I mean, I tell people, I pick a team. If they win, great. If they don't, I'm like, okay, this is why they lost. I'm going to explain it to you. Not going to make excuses, but this is what happened because the game has to be played. But I never care who wins. But fans seem to think we do. And if you don't pick their team, it's like when we travel for the playoffs, when we go to one city, they love me. We go to the other city, they're throwing things at me. They actually think I care who wins.
Well, it's funny because I see that with Dion on Thursday Night Football. Charles.
Yeah.
But I also see the people that scream at him. Here's my favorite story. In Oakland one time at the Black Hole, there was one guy who was yelling at Dion. I mean, right from the minute we got out on set, an hour before the show, throughout the whole 2-hour pregame show, throughout the whole first half, screaming and yelling at him. So Dion writes this note, Charles. He scrawls this note and hands it to a producer to send it up to the guy. And then when the guy realizes that Deion is sending him something, now he's a fan, right? Now he's going nuts about Deion until he reads what Deion wrote. I said, Deion, what'd you write him? And he said, I wrote him, yo mama. That's what he wrote him. And now the fans start screaming and yelling at him again. I mean, I've seen that. And Deion doesn't care who wins or loses, but he will tell you what's what, and he will also, he will also get into the idea of being passionate about something. But it's a different story,
Yeah, but we don't care who, because, I'm from Alabama, and they got the nuttiest fans in Alabama and Auburn in the world. And they hate Vern Lundquist and Gary Danielson. And first of all, I don't know Gary Danielson that well, but I know Vern Lundquist is the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
He's just a great man and a great announcer. And when I'm in Alabama, all I hear is, oh, Vern and Gary are doing our games. I hate Vern. I'm like, why you hate Vern? Vern's a great guy. He hates Alabama and Auburn. Dude, you really think Vern Lundquist cares who wins between Alabama and Auburn? But that's just the way fans have that mentality, man.
Right.
You have to say everything positive about their favorite team or their favorite player, or they hate you. And it's really crazy. Because if you, like I say, I put Vern in the same category with Ernie Johnson.
No doubt.
We're not going to find better men. But we don't care who wins. It drives me crazy when fans think you care.
Charles, before I let you go, well, you did you did seem like you cared that Villanova won. We saw the video of you jumping up. That was something, Charles.
Rich, my daughter went to Villanova.
Right, and you're a Philly guy, so.
And I'm a Philly guy, and I've known Jay Wright, but I was really happy for my daughter because my daughter is kind of a nut job. So I invite her because, nobody expects Villanova to go to the Final Four.
Uh-huh.
So I invite her to the Final Four. You know what she says to me?
What?
Oh, no, Dad, I go to this Villanova bar, and we all watch the game. I don't want to jinx the team. And I'm saying, wait, you're that much of an idiot, and I paid all that money for you to go to Villanova. You think whether you come to the game or not dictates whether they win? I could have sent you to community college if you're going to have a mind like that. I mean, seriously. So then I said, okay. I said, why don't you come to the championship game? She said, I'm coming to the championship game. Uh-huh. Then she calls me back 15 minutes later, said the exact same thing. I don't want to jinx the team. And I'm saying to myself, what a waste of money sending her to a great school like Villanova. I should have sent her to a community college. She would have been just as dumb.
Oh, Charles, man, I got a minute left with you. Did the Warriors take it? Spurs take it? Who do you think right now?
I don't know who's going to take it. I do not think the Warriors are going to take it. Everybody hates on me because I don't like jump shooting teams, and everybody want to say they won a championship shooting jump shots last year. They didn't win the championship last year. They won it on defense last year, and they got a very favorable draw because of all the injuries. I don't see them beating the Rockets, Clippers, Spurs, and the Cavaliers shooting jumpers. So I don't think the Warriors are going to win it. They got a terrific team. Love Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and those guys. But I'm going to stick with my opinion. I don't think because they didn't win it. They won the championship last year because of injuries and Steve Kerr putting Andre Iguodala to wear down LeBron. So I don't think the Warriors are going to do it. That's just my opinion. No hating, just my opinion.
I love it, Charles. Thanks for coming on. I look forward to the next time already.
Anytime, my brother. You take care of yourself.
You're the best.
You're doing the great work also, too.
Thanks, Charles. Appreciate it.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.